Well, money has to be liquid. You have to treat it like an actual liquid that moves around and flows and everything else.
Absolutely.
Like that. Having a whole bunch of cash in your bank account in a savings account does absolutely nothing. Investing in companies does something. Investing in yourself does something. Investing back into your own company, hiring more staff, building more buildings, building more studios, signing artists, whatever your business is,
you're putting it back into the world.
You're putting it back in the world. You're employing other people. Like we're right now, we have a staff of 14 people, 14 full-time people work for Vlad TV, the biggest the company has ever been. And it's like, I could sit back and say, 14 families are getting supported off of this.
That's good.
Off of this. Like 14 people get to pay their rent every month. I give all of them health insurance, dental insurance, vision. If they have classes, they all have life insurance. You know what I mean? They have paid vacations and so forth, and they get to live comfortable lifestyles. They get paid very fairly. They have job security. When the pandemic hit, nobody got their salary lowered. Nobody got laid off. I had to dig a little bit into our savings to make sure that things were going around smoothly, but I told everyone like, yo, I got you.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Keep doing your job. Let me lead the company the way I have been, and you guys will be okay. And a year and a half later, everyone's okay. In fact, the company grew. Well, you actually have a millionaire club?
Yeah.
I tried to find it. I couldn't really find it.
I think the website is down, but it just came. The idea just came to me one day, man. I was just kicking it, and I was like, Rick, the guys around you, they really don't have much to worry about because you're going to make sure they good. But why don't you help more people?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you show other people how you were able to take, getting out of jail with $200 and even though, when I got out, I went through a few things too. I was technically homeless, not actually living on the block, but technically I was homeless. We lost my mom's house. You seen the documentary where the marshals put us out.
Yeah.
We moving all the furniture out the house. Well, I got lucky. I had a friend that was managing some apartments, and he allowed us to live in that apartment. But technically, we were what they call that, trespassing or
trespassing. Yeah,
trespassing, squatting. Yeah, squatting. I was giving him $100 a month, for doing it, but I knew that was nowhere near what that place was worth.
Yeah.
So I went through a state, of not being able to support myself, but I never stopped moving forward. And I'd already had in my mind when I left prison that I may go through this. I knew when I was in prison, I knew who I used to get my letters from. I know who used to take my phone calls. So I know where my support was coming from. So I didn't have any wild expectations of somebody taking me in the house and buying me a new car and, putting $50,000
putting you on
pocket.
a private jet like Bobby Schmurder. It's funny how you see these rappers that, that don't snitch and get out of prison. They're just like private jet. Oh, let's take you to the jewelry store. Oh, here's a new Phantom. But most people that get out of prison just come out broke.
Yeah.
And then fuck
And
that.
I came out worse than that. I came out to a house, to a family that was dysfunctioning. My mom had took one of those crazy mortgages out. Her house note was $3,500 a month. And when I got home, the first thing that went through my mind was, oh, your mom finna be homeless. You got to save her house. So I started wrestling with $3,500 a month, trying to get lawyers and,
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. It was rough.
Yeah.
When we lost the house
and
I was sitting in that apartment, I was kind of at peace again. And it was like, okay, now that's over. You can start working on your plans that you had planned to do while you was in prison. Because that kind of put my plan on hold. Every dime that I went, kind of like you saying, the person who doesn't make enough money to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
I was living that.
Yeah.
But I also knew that something was going to have to change. I was always looking to make more money and to up myself. So that's what we had to start doing.